everyone, welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Saturday. It is super sunny and it is warm, but not super hot yet. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon and it's about 12:30 in the afternoon. You're gonna hear Riley barking because he can hear me out front and he's on the deck and he doesn't like that. But anyway, it's about 12:30 in the afternoon and I just wanted to come out front for a little bit. Today's plan is to kind of finish up the tasks I wasn't able to get done this past weekend and earlier in the week. So there's some mulching I want to get done and some cleaning up of the back flower beds, but we'll get to that later. But I just wanted to show you some of the things I did get done. I was actually able to weed out, and I have to clean up some of the stalks from the daylilies. I was able to weed out this flower bed for the most part, and I'll be coming through and putting some mulch down so that the weeds don't get happy and start growing with abandon again. The ground cover you see there is Vinca. It does a pretty good job, fairly good job of covering the ground, but I do have some bare patches that I do need to put mulch on. And coming over here, so I did actually decide to go ahead and trim back the Veronica so that it could stand more upright. These on this side are doing a great job so far, and hopefully the other two will do the same. So that's what we did in the front here, and then we're going to head to the back. As you can see here, I have a pile of cardboard, and that is because I want to go ahead and try to make a little headway on the path refurbishment in the immersive garden. So that is my goal, one of the goals for today. And then the other main thing I'd like to do is to clean up these flower beds back here. So to trim back the Superbena pink cashmere on either side, and then to tackle the Artemisia wormwood silver mound here and over here. And if I have time and energy, to go ahead and finish up mulching the flower beds over here, and then the flower bed in the front, as I mentioned before. And there's Riley making his noise. So I just want you all to know Riley's going to have a little surgery on Monday. He has 2 cysts on his eye and he needs to get them removed. So we're going to be doing that on Monday, and he's getting his teeth cleaned as well. So prayerfully everything goes well and he will be back in action later that day. So what I'm going to do is just set the camera up, and I did do some things earlier today. I did some watering and a little bit of fertilizing, but I'm just going to set the camera up and we're just going to see what we can accomplish today. Okay, I'm going to stop here for this. Put this cardboard back on the deck. And yeah, that's what we're going to do for today in this space. Okay, so a little bit later, it's about 6:30. It got really, really hot outside, so I had to come in with the sun. I had to come in. So I also realized that for the second half of the second bed, I forgot to actually hit record on the camera, so none of that got recorded. And I also did some trimming of the artemisia, and I didn't record that either. So what I'm going to do now is actually go to the shed and get the shears. I think it'll be easier to cut the artemisia with the shears. It's going to make more of a mess, but overall I think it'll be better. I am going to be putting mulch down in the next few days, so that should help and cover up anything that I can't pick up with the rake. So I'm going to do that. And then I also did some flower cutting yesterday. So I'm going to make a couple of arrangements for my neighbors, and I will just set the camera up and you guys can watch me do that. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to finish up for today. Okay, that's crooked. And finished trimming other than regular deadheading maintenance in this bed for now. So we are going to clean up a little bit, put the cart back in the shed, and get ready to do some flower arranging. I'm going to dump this in the compost. So I will meet you back here and we'll do some flower arranging. So for our ingredients today, I'm going to be using 2 mason jars, and we're going to be using some echinacea. This is the green twister. I have some taller cuts of it up here. I wanted to clean up my plants in the immersive garden, so we're using that. I also wanted to trim out some of the smaller hydrangeas, so we have a couple of those. Then we have, I'm going to tip this down so you can see it. This is the Veronica that I cut from the front yard to try to make them stand more upright. And in here, I'll try to tip this a little bit. We have some privet for greenery. We also have some, something in here smells, it smells delicious. Oh, it started blooming. We have some of the kaleidoscope abelia. We have some lavender, dried lavender. We have some Rudbeckia or black-eyed Susan. And I also, for some red, we put some of the crepe myrtle. So these are what we have that we're going to be using today. So I have no idea what these are going to look like. I have no plan. We're just winging it. I like doing floral arrangements on this table out here because I can determine where I want to, I can use the holes in the table to determine how high I want my piece of floristry. I didn't put a whole lot of greenery in this because I know I had a ton of this Veronica, and I kind of wanted it to be the focal point. So I picked these crepe myrtle, 2 of them, one from each, one for each one, and they were not blooming when I cut it. So this is going to be nice. It's going to add a nice element and bloom in the house. Okay, I had to rush with the flowers because my neighbors were actually outside their house and I wanted to get them to them. So there's a duplex next to me, so I did a flower arrangement for the top and the bottom. They're actually part of the same family and they're lovely, and I just wanted to do something nice for them. So we're gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna go over what we did today. So in the immersive garden space here today, we laid down some more cardboard and topped it with some mulch to keep it in place so it doesn't blow around. And then hopefully when Jeffrey comes back, he can take care of finishing the area up and adding the remaining mulch to totally cover the cardboard. So we will have refreshed paths, and then the pavers will go down on top of all that. So we'll have refreshed paths in this immersive garden space. The other thing that we did today was to thin out some of the Super Bean and Pink Cashmere and a tiny bit of the lantana on this side so that we could get some breathing room back for the Diamond Spire gardenia. And I also trimmed some of the spent blooms off of the Peter Cottontail yarrow. I trimmed back some of the lantana on this side to give this grass, who seems like it's trying to rally back, to give it some more room to grow. Hopefully it'll grow and be like this one over here. So we did the same thing on this side with this area. This is the side that I forgot to hit record on, but we trimmed some of this back here from the Super Bean Pink Cashmere and a tiny bit of the lantana to give this gardenia some room. And I also did some of the trimming of the deadheading on the Peter Cottontail yarrow on this side. I also added some mulch in the area where the spots were left over from trimming things back. So we took care of that. And then coming around here to the grape orchard bed, we trimmed back some of this Artemisia silver mound to give the plants a little bit more room. I'm probably going to have to come back and do it again, and then actually put some mulch down that I had left over in the wagon in some of the bare spots here. And then the same down here. Trimmed up some of, did a little deadheading on the salvia, and then trimmed back this Artemisia, which now does not look the best, but hopefully it will rally back. And then I put some mulch down in the bare area there. So the remaining things to do in the yard are to do the mulching and the rest of the beds, and to tackle the forsythia, which is in the front corner there. And we also did the flower arrangements, but I don't have them now because I gave them away. So I hope you guys are doing well. I had to switch hats. I didn't need the other hat, but I have hat hair, so I'm going to put a hat on so you don't see that because it's not pretty. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're going to have having a great weekend. If you don't see this until after the weekend, I hope you had a great weekend. And I thank you all again for your support and your likes and your shares and comments. And I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope your families are doing well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.